This April, the ultimate Ed, and Eddie Marathon is coming to Cartoon Network. More than 100 episodes and over 30 hours of one of Cartoon Network's longest-running series. And it all leads up to one final adventure. The last episode of Ed, and Eddie. It's a day that will change television forever. The Best Day Edder. Starting tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. on Cartoon Network. Ed, and Eddie continues on The Best Day Edder.
Who are you?
And be sure to catch Spider-Man tonight at 7, right here on Cartoon Network.
Awesome.
The Best Day Edder will be right back on Cartoon Network. I like chicken fried, I like chicken stir-fried, I like chicken roasted, I like chicken boiled. I like chicken. God, I've been drawing ever since I was a kid. I mean, like probably right out of the womb. I'm not sure. But in animation, doing animation alone, I think I've been doing it since 1979. So I'm coming up to like 30 years of doing animation. It must be nuts or something. Fans can contact us here at AKA with a large donation, or maybe fly me down to their house and I'll be glad to come over for some dinner or something. Otherwise, you can reach me on an email. We have an email that everyone can write to. It's yak, Y-A-K, at akacartoon.com. Promise we'll answer. And now back to The Best Day Edder, right here on Cartoon Network. I don't know where the heck the plant came from, but I remember a kid like Johnny who used to live in my neighborhood, and he used to have this object with him all the time. It was his best pal. He never really had any pals. He was this sort of loner who sort of loitered in the streets all the time, and I sort of got that from that, and it was they had these wonderful conversations together, and I thought it'd be great to put it in the show. I think my favorite character is Rolf. I mean, he says the craziest things. He eats the craziest food. I don't know where the heck he's from. He has the weirdest relatives, and it kind of really reminds me of my upbringing.
Take these, the lemons of exactitude. Squeeze its nectar into your eyes.
You're watching The Best Day Edder on Cartoon Network. My favorite sport has to be riding motorcycles. It's a great way to escape all the craziness from making cartoons all day, and it's wonderful for annoying the neighbors. You're watching The Best Day Edder on Cartoon Network. I think all three are like me. I sort of picked, all different little traits that I have and put them into three individual characters. Eddie being the big, huge loudmouth, and then you got Ed, the slow and really doesn't fit in with the rest of the crowd. And then you got Double D, Mr. Organized, neurotic, try to keep things in its order and place, or else he goes crazy. That's me as well. You're watching The Best Day Edder on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's more Ed and Eddie on The Best Day Edder right here on Cartoon Network.
We now return to The Best Day Edder
Awesome.
on Cartoon Network. The Best Day Edder is back.
You tickle Rolf's radish.
It's the last episode of Ed, and Eddie. Coming up next on The Best Day Edder. This is The Best Day Edder. And be sure to catch the last episode of Ed, and Eddie tonight on Cartoon Network. We're back with The Best Day Edder right here on Cartoon Network.
Strudel gives me gas.
Now, back to The Best Day Edder. Now, back to The Best Day Edder on Cartoon Network.
Your time has come, Kager!
The Best Day Edder will be right back on Cartoon Network. Up next, it's more Ed, and Eddie on The Best Day Edder on Cartoon Network. This April, the ultimate Ed, and Eddie Marathon is coming to Cartoon Network. More than 100 episodes and over 30 hours of one of Cartoon Network's longest-running series. The Best Day Edder continues all day today on Cartoon Network.